Lots of product today to talk about, and I'm super excited to share with you guys some product that I just can't stop using. I have like lots of flyaways, it's humid outside, my hair is a mess, but we're going to get into these unfiltered opinions about makeup. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to today's video. If you are new here, my name is Stacy. I feature unfiltered makeup opinions, honest reviews, and tutorials. Also, I have the unfiltered playlist. I'll leave that linked down below so you guys can go check that out if you want. Before we get into this video, I hope you consider subscribing, hitting the like button, and leaving me a comment. It pushes this video right into the YouTube algorithm, and it definitely helps me out. So makeup, I can't get enough of. I can't stop using. I'm just obsessed with this makeup. A lot of it is actually on my face today. I can't stop using, and if you guys have noticed in my recent Unfilters video, I just keep using the same product over and over and over again because I'm just kind of obsessed with it. But the first one would actually have to be the Danessa Myricks Blurring Balm Powder, and the shade that I have technically is Universal. I received this in one of those Sephora mini kits, and this was in one of those gift bags, and I actually have another one that actually goes with it as well. But I did receive this in one of those Sephora favorites sets. It was a $45 glowy face one. And I tried this balm because I'd heard so many people raving about it. It's a blurring balm. And upon first impression of actually using this, it totally reminds me of the e.l.f. Matte Poreless Putty Primer. It has the same feel. It has the same quality. It has the same texture. The packaging is pretty similar where it's one of these flat, rounded packages where you just, either dig your finger in and you smear it on your face. As of late, my technique has been using a very dry beauty blender, stamping into it, and then spreading the product all over my face. And the result is blurred skin, filled pores, and my face just feels balanced. It doesn't feel dry at all, which is really interesting because I love the Matte Poreless Putty Primer from e.l.f. and this one is very, very similar. But because I have the sample size, because it's Danessa Myricks, I was like, I can't stop using this one. And it makes me want to bring out my Matte Poreless Putty Primer from e.l.f. and do a comparison of them too, because they seem really similar in what they deliver. I also got out of that beauty favorites bag from Sephora a little mini of the Drunk Elephant Debronzy drops. This is the whole point. The whole point of me buying that favorites was because I wanted to try the Debronzy drops. I wanted to try the Danessa Myricks. I also got a iconic London glow steady spray, which this is in here as well. And I tried the Debronzy drops. I've tried them completely on their own without moisturizer, but then I did some more research on how you're supposed to apply this product. And what you're supposed to do is actually mix it in with your moisturizer. So I actually started mixing it in with this e.l.f. moisturizer. This is the moisturizer with oat milk, ceramides, and niacinamide. You can find this on e.l.f.'s website. I'm not sure if you can find it at local retailers. But I do a couple pumps of this, one pump of this, mix it all together in the palm of my hand and spread it across my face. And it creates a really nice bronzy glow. And I've actually found these two as just the base for my face is what makes it possible where I can wear this foundation that I honestly can't get enough of. And I'm really surprised I'm saying this. But we're talking about the reformulated L'Oreal Infallible 32-hour fresh wear foundation. I'm wearing it today. I had a full 3-day wear test on this. And at the end, I was like, I don't like it. I don't like it. At the end of that video, I had very, very unfiltered thoughts about how it had worked and not worked with certain primers. It works really well with the Power Gripping Primer from e.l.f. as well. And I had tried it with just my Banana Pro Base Banana Blurring Primer from Makeup Academy. And that's more like a moisturizer, and it just didn't work. Everything felt oily, everything felt very broken down on my face at the end of the day. And then I tried it with the combination of the Debronzy drops with the moisturizer as my primer, nothing else. And this is the magic to making this product work. I've been applying it strictly with a Singe Beauty blender. This thing is huge. This is just such a nice beauty blender in general. It gets really, 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 really squishy. but I've been applying it with my beauty sponge and just lightly tapping it into the face. I do about 1 to 2 pumps all over the face, and it creates a really nice medium full coverage look, but it's skin-like. Like you guys can see, it translates so well on camera, but also like in natural light. There have been a lot of photos that I've taken on my Instagram lately where I'm wearing this foundation because I'm just so obsessed with it. This foundation, it is the 32-hour fresh wear foundation. It has vitamin C in it, and it also has a broad spectrum of SPF 25. It's supposed to be like water resistant as well. Haven't tried that, but overall, it looks skin-like. It doesn't finish down cakey. It looks so nice on my skin. Like, I just feel like I have this very nice blurred effect on my skin. It's not over accentuating anything. It doesn't settle into my fine lines. Like, this is truly a formulation that I got on board with. Like, I really like the 32-hour fresh wear foundation. I think this one is so much better than the 24-hour one. That one just didn't work for me. It doesn't look cakey. It dries down to a powder dry finish. It doesn't feel wet or moist on my face all day. And it really does like wear nicely throughout the day. I definitely love the new formulation. I definitely think it is totally and 100% worth the hype. And I can't get enough of that product. I think it's really, really good. Concealer. Tower 28, this is in my Best of Beauty 2023. I love this concealer. It is so good. It's a serum-like formula. It's a medium to full coverage. It is very buildable, very serum-y in texture. It reminds me of the Superstay Activewear concealer from Maybelline, where it's like that medium feel, but it does give a really nice like medium to full coverage. Very, very thin. This works for somebody in their 30s who has mom bags, who has fine lines, who has some texturization underneath their eyes, and it just sits so nicely on the skin without over accentuating everything. And then as of late, I can't put down the Brighten Up Banana Powder from Essence. I mean, my pan size, I don't remember the last time I actually had this on my channel, but the pan has gotten huge. Like, I have so much pan in this, and I'm actually really, really proud of myself. I love taking this with a Singe Beauty brush. And I learned this technique from Robert Welsh. I just take my FO4 from Singe Beauty. I just tap into this very, very lightly. And he was saying the way to set down the under eyes without over accentuating or getting like cakiness would be to just gently like tap. And the FO4 from Singe Beauty is like the perfect brush to be able to do this. And you really get like a really good set down with your makeup with this brush because it's a very good like detailed brush. It even is like, you can get into the little crevasses of your nose and it works so, so well. That's a banana powder. It works really well at canceling out like the purple or blue tones under my eye. But then we have this one. It is a pink pro setting powder from LA Girl. It's the brightening loose powder. This is a pink version. I like using this on my chin, on my forehead, and then also on my under eyes as well. I use a velour puff, and I just use the velour puff and like press it into my skin. I do a very, very light amount so I don't get a lot of cakiness, but I find that this also brightens up my under eyes depending on the type of undertones I am dealing with my skin for that day. But I love this one. The pink one from LA Girl. It is so good. I love those like color correcting type of powders. It just sets down so nicely. It's really finely milled and it really just like brightens everything that's like going on in here because it has almost like, it's a pink brightening powder. So it really works well for that. I have a cool undertone, so I tend to lean a little bit more like pink in nature. So like a cooler undertoned powder, like a pink powder really does brighten up my face as well. The yellow brighten up powder really brightens like the areas that I'm having problems with purple. So I love those two. I love using them in combination with each other. I kind of have an obsession with a very expensive product right now, and I'm very taken aback by the fact that I'm so obsessed with this product. The Charlotte Tilbury Matte Blush Wand. I did this in a, like, the best Charlotte Tilbury dupe, but I have a whole video of where I was doing, like, a get ready with me, and I was testing this out. I actually put it to the test against a Flower Beauty blush wand, and they're very, very similar, but I can't put this one down. I don't know why. I love the color. I love the undertone. It is very similar to the Flower Beauty one, but I'm like, oh, like this costs a lot of money, but I actually really thoroughly enjoy how it blends out. I love how pigmented it is. I love how it's easy to apply. And I'm just like kind of obsessed with this blush wand right now. And now I understand the hype as to why this was so hyped, is because it's really easy to blend out. It doesn't over accentuate my pores. It really doesn't settle into anything funny. And it is just a beautiful product in general. Like, I'm kind of obsessed with this. But then on the flip side, I'm also obsessed with the drugstore version of a Charlotte Tilbury product, and that is the Physicians Formula Butter Glow Contouring Wand. This blends like butter on my skin. It is the perfect shade. It's the fair medium, fair light. Yeah, this is the fair light shade, but it has like a cool undertone to it. So it looks bronzy, but it also looks contoury, and it is so pretty. I'm actually wearing it today, and like, it's just this very subtle bronzy glow. Sometimes I will set it down with like a very light bronzer on top of it, but 9 times out of 10, I'm just putting this on, and it blends so beautifully like a dream. I blend it with a brush, I blend it with a sponge, and it is so freaking beautiful. And then I love to top everything off with the Essence Pure Nude Baked Blush. This is in the shade Shimmery Rose. I'm wearing it today. Can you guys see how glowy my cheeks are? Like, I feel like this just gives like the perfect summer glow without it being like too over the top, because it is very, very glowy, but the color is like super subtle. So if you're the type of person who likes that blown out blush look, it's really easily achievable with this blush, just as this blush, because it just highlights pink more or less, and it really just flushes your cheeks naturally instead of it being like boom there. And I really like the effect that it gives my skin. I actually am not wearing highlight today. I haven't worn highlight in a little bit since I just started using this. And sometimes I will actually pair it with the Charlotte Tilbury. So I'll do this on bottom and then I'll set it with this on top, and it still creates that like peachy blush gasm type of feel. And it is so stunning. It's such a natural blushy look, and it doesn't look old. It doesn't, like, I don't look like I have over accentuation of pores. Like, it's just such a beautiful formula, the Essence blush. Like, it's just so pretty. Let's talk about eyeshadow, because lately the only thing that I have really been picking up is three things I have really been picking up lately. One of them is the Sugar and Grunge palette from Blend Bunny Cosmetics. This is actually a discontinued palette, but this is like 90s grunge. It has some neutral tones in here. It has some pastels. It has some like neon-y tones, like over in the corner over here. That one to me leans a little bit more like neon if you put it in certain places on your eye. Really beautiful foil shades, and I love this dark row. I'm actually wearing this palette on my eyes today. I used the purples in here, and I also used a lot of the brown tones. So it does have brown in here as well. And it also has a really nice row of pink. Like, it just has a good variety of shades where you can create like an everyday wearable in the office eyeshadow look. I have not found any problems with this at all. I'm really sad that it's discontinued, and I'm hoping that they're able to kind of rebrand the palette and bring it back. But the Sugar and Grunge palette is so pretty, and I can't stop pairing it with the Celestial Witch from Electrum Cosmetics. This is an all multi-chrome, holochrome palette. Like, I'm obsessed with this palette. And it pairs really, really well with Sugar and Grunge, because Sugar and Grunge has the purples, it has the mint colors, it also has the pinks, and that's basically what this has, like, for all of the multi-chromes. My favorite shade in this entire palette would have to be this shade right here. It's called Cosmic Power, and I'm actually wearing it on the lid today, and it does this beautiful purpley to green shift, and it's called Cosmic Power. This is like the essence of like Celestial Witch, I feel like, is that this color right here. My other favorite colors, though, I really love Moonchild. I like using this as a highlight sometimes because it has like a pink shift in it, and it's a white iridescent. Really, really beautiful on the skin. Actually, let's demonstrate it for you, because you can use that one as a highlight, or sometimes I put it on the inner corner, but I just do a little bit. I tap this in, and it just gives like this really beautiful topper feel because of the undertones it has in it. It's like a pinkish orange undertone, and it's super pretty, but you could also put it on your face as like a iridescent topper. You could put it on your eyes as an iridescent topper. It's such a beautiful shade. And I really like Mystical. I love this one. Like, all of them are just so, so good. They're very pigmented. They have a beautiful shift in them. Every single shade is just absolutely stunning in this palette, and I love pairing it with Sugar and Grunge. This has been like my spring combo palette because it's just so good. And then I also have a Curated all matte neutral palette that I curated out of Makeup Geek singles. I can't stop using this either because this honestly is like the perfect curation. I have some light shades in here, I have some warm tones in here, and then I also have a row of cool tones, and it's just like a really good curation if I'm looking for like a sandy reddish looking brown or a cool toned brown or like a neutral brown. This is honestly, I love this curation of singles that I did. I actually based it loosely off of the matte palette from Kylie Cosmetics and also the Makeup by Mario matte palette. It's kind of like a curation dumbed down version of that, and I can't stop using this one. I just love it so much. Honestly, this is going with me a lot of places, and then I like to pair it with Celestial Witch like all the time. And it's just such a good curation of brown mattes. If you guys want me to do a dedicated video on this palette and what's in this palette so that you guys can possibly find something super similar, this is such a universal like naked palette. It's so good. Like I can't stop using it. I won't like pull it apart to put the shadows back because I've used it so incredibly much over the past like I want to say I curated this in January and I can't stop using it. Like it's on my desk. I reach for it daily. I'm starting to get dips in like half of my shades because I use it so much on my face, and it's just we can't forget lips because this is a lip combination that I'm wearing today. I don't talk about lip combinations a lot, and I'm actually kind of excited about this, but I'm actually a little bit obsessed with this lip combination. And literally, it's just a lip oil and a lip liner, and I really love this Huda Beauty. It's a sample size, but I love this color. This is the Huda Beauty Lip Contour 2.0 in warm brown. I use this to like literally line everything. It's a little bit darker, and then I smudge it with my finger all over my lips to kind of diffuse the color, and then I add this lip oil on top of it, and it just makes it look juicy, and it's like a brown lip. It's a warm brown lip, but it looks juicy, and the lip oil that I have is from e.l.f. It's called Rose Quartz, and I just love this lip combination. Actually, since I started wearing this lip oil more, your girl hasn't had as much crustiness on her lips as what I did. Plus, for mascara, my go-to right now, I mean, who would have guessed that this came back into circulation again? This is the Essence Lash Princess False Effect Mascara. I've been wearing this one a lot. I actually brought this back into my makeup bag in general because I just love the way that my lashes look when I wear this mascara. The other one that I'm actually trying out right now that I can't get enough of as well is another one from Essence. It's the Lash Like a Boss. This one. I originally bought this one because the wand in the picture reminded me of the Tower 28 Make Waves mascara, but this one's actually a little bit more girthy. It's like wider, so it is a little bit harder to maneuver, but this still creates like just like beautiful juicy lashes, and it really lengthens them as well. And I've been enjoying this mascara a lot. Forgot one thing. I've been wearing this a lot lately too. The Juvia's Place Glow Radiance Booster. This is in the shade 9.5. And I actually purchased this and I've done quite a few like videos with me just like wearing this in like my unfiltered opinions videos, but I have worn this a lot recently. It's a perfect shade match for me. I actually feel confident just putting this on over a moisturizer, a little bit of concealer, and like going about my day. I feel confident enough to wear this on its own because it blurs my skin and it really makes it look like juicy and glowy. And honestly, I have a feeling this is going to be my like summer staple because it does have a bit of coverage and it blurs my skin so beautifully. The price tag is steep, $25 for this, but honestly, I love this formula so much. It's the perfect shade for me. It is not too orange, it's not too yellow. I tried the e.l.f. Halo Glow. That one turned orange on me. It was just the weirdest thing ever. I love this one. I think this one is beautiful. $25 for this one, but honestly, like quality. It is so good. My face always feels so good when I wear it. When I wear it underneath foundation 9 times out of 10, or I have it as like my primer, and then I wear like a powder foundation as well. It's a really good product. I definitely highly recommend it, and I can't get enough of it. I can't stop wearing it. It's so beautiful. If you guys want to see more content like this where I talk about makeup that I just can't stop using, leave me a comment down below, and I hope I get to see you in my next video. It's a sample size, but I love this color. The Huda Beauty, blah, 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 blah.